Okay, so take 6, you guys. Alright, so the last video was good, but it just came out way longer than I wanted it to. It's almost, 25 minutes? No, that's way too long. So I'm going to try to narrow this information down. I know that I was supposed to originally do this video with my husband, but he's not prepared to be on camera yet. You know, he has to plan things out and figure out what it is that he wants to talk about, versus me, I just like to turn the camera on and just talk. So, you know, and yesterday I tried 4 times to do the video and I kept covering up this mic. So I hope I hope and pray I don't cover up the mic in this video. But anyway, a minute in, let's get started. So this video is my story time on how I came into the truth. Now, I know I say that a lot on my channel, coming into the truth or being in the truth, anything regarding the truth. And really all that means is just taking those blindfolds off and calling a thing, seeing information for what it truly is. This system that we live in has been set up and designed for chaos. You know, and that's how the devil works. He works through chaos, destruction, and he feeds off of all of that in fear. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so my journey on what led me down my path is different than my husband. So, you know, hopefully we can come back and do a couple video and everything will tie in together. But this is just my version on the steps that it took me to get to this point where I am now. And so hopefully when my husband, you know, comes in and we do it together, it'll bring everything together and make things make sense. But this is my personal journey. This is what I went through. These were my experiences. This is the journey that the Most High took me through to get to this point. So it started when I did my transition from Little Rock to Dallas. When I originally made that move, it was me starting over. It was me beginning fresh. It was me on my spiritual journey to build a better bond with God. That was the plan, you know, and come to find out, he placed people in Dallas already there to snap me out of it, to wake me up. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't happen at first. It didn't happen at first at all for me. So it started with my cousin. You know, it started with her. My favorite cousin. You know, she means the world to me. It started with her with certain information that kind of just sparked my curiosity. And she started with the whole, you know, conspiracy theories as far as, you know, the government goes, and, you know, the president, and how the president is a puppet, and, you know, the whole Illuminati thing, and the music industry, and how, you know, they're devil worshippers. You know, they like all the satanic videos. They tell you in plain sight, all of that. You know, it started there with her. And in my mind, like, she just threw this information at me like it was just supposed, like I was just supposed to take it, you know, and understand what it was that she was telling me. And I was just like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, cuzzo, like, girl, who you been talking to? What kind of stuff you on now? Like, I kind of thought she had a couple of screws loose at first. But, you know, I thought she was crazy. And she kept saying, she said, everybody think I'm crazy. But I'm telling you, this information is out there. We have to study. We have to research. You know, it's out there. You know, and all of that. And at that point in my life, I was not ready to receive it. You know, I just moved here. You know, I had to leave my kids with my mama so I could get established here and be able to, you know, bring them back, you know. So I was just a lot going on at that time, and I wasn't ready to accept it, you know. So the second link in the chain was, you know, my neighbor. When I finally got my apartment and I moved in there, you know, a couple of months later, you know, we became good associates and friends. And she, you know, we would go out, and we would have fun together, and my kids would play with her kids. She would come to my apartment. I would go up to her apartment. One day I just kind of asked her about some information, like, have you ever heard about such, 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 and and she was like, yes, friend, that is a real friend. Like, you need to study, you need to research. And she was like, and also you need to be trying to look into, she brought up chemtrails and GMOs and the vaccines and the medical industry and all the things that's going on with that. And I was just like, listen, y'all, when I tell y'all my mind was so, I was just in unbelief because I couldn't believe that this information was true. And, she gave me some documentaries to look into. I found some articles, and I did my research, and I really did look into it because at this point, the ball was in my court. The Most High had provided me people to give me information, and either, I was going to ignore it and just say, I don't care, or I was going to look into it. And I'm not one to say, I don't care, especially if you're talking about we eating fake food. What I'm vaccinating my kids, I'm killing them. Slowly killing them. Like, no, I have to research this. I can't. Now you done gave me this information. I can't continue to vaccinate my kids knowing that all these harmful things are within this vaccine. Like, that was crazy to me. So I had to research it. As a parent, you want to do any and everything to protect your children. So, I had to look into it, and, I did, and I was blown away. I couldn't believe article after article, physician after physician coming out, explaining this and explaining that, and I was just like, oh, my goodness, like, you try to do better because your tap water ain't healthy, it ain't good for you. Buy bottled water, come to find out it's a whole, you ain't even getting what you buying in bottled water. So it's just like, oh my God, all this stuff is out there, y'all. Y'all have to research it. If y'all don't get anything out of this segment of the video, research. Look it up, Google it, YouTube it. It's all kind of information out there. You have to get on it right now. It is important because these people are trying to censor all this information because it's getting out of hand. They can't control it no more. The internet has blew up into something that they can no longer control, and they're trying to censor everybody. So anybody that sees this video, hear me when I tell you to research it now. Don't waste another second. And so with that being said, I was still, dealing with Elliot, who was just my friend at the time. I asked him, I was like, what you know about it? After I did a little more research into it, have you heard about this stuff? And, he kind of just like gave me that look like, oh, okay, so somebody done finally brought you the information, whatever. So he was like, yeah, man, I just never did think you was ready to hear none of that because, you have to, people out here think you legit crazy, so you have to baby step people into this information because it is a lot to take in. And if you're not ready, if you're not in that mindset to receive it, you won't take it. But I just so happened to be at a point in my life where I felt an emptiness. I felt something wasn't right, and I was searching for information. I didn't know what information I was searching for, what I needed, but I was looking. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High put these people in place to help me find it. You know what I'm saying? So all praises to him for that. And so that kind of just opened the door for the second part of the truth that I would say, the real truth, the only truth that really matters, which came into place after I got married. Me and my husband. After we got married, it was a big transition for me, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I grew up Baptist. So, we was on the whole Sunday thing. So, and my husband, he was a 7-day Adventist. And so you talking about coming into a marriage and because when we were dating, I didn't know he was a 7-day Adventist. He never did say anything to me about it. He would say that, I can't do none of them. I'm going to church. Or if I would text him, he's like, oh, I'm at church on when it would be Saturday. And I was like, the first time he told me that, I was like, maybe they having a special program or something. But then the next 2 or 3 times, he was like, I'm at church. I be like, who goes to church on Saturday? Like, I had no clue about it, y'all. Like, so to come into this marriage of a Baptist to a Seventh-day Adventist, and trying to transition, and him explaining to me how this is a day that we're supposed to keep holy. I had to let pork go. I didn't know anything about not eating pork, and it was just like a big transition for me, and it brought me down a little bit. And when the Sabbath used to roll around, y'all, when I in this marriage in the beginning, I used to dread it a little bit because it was boring. I was just like, can't do nothing, can't watch TV. Only thing you can do is study. That's it. And I wasn't used to that, so it was hard transition for me. But the more we studied, the more we started coming across information. And we started coming across these videos, that was talking about Deuteronomy 28. That was a big thing, Deuteronomy 28. Okay, what was talking about Deuteronomy 28? And then it was, a few white people that were, spitting out Deuteronomy 28 and the curses. And I was like, oh. And they were saying, the so-called blacks, African Americans, you are the real Jews. And I was like, whoa. What? And so we reading this information, we listening to the video, we got our Bibles open, and we like thrown back. Like, what? Like, why the church is not talking about this? Like, so at this point, like, I'm like, why my mom and daddy ain't never said nothing to me about it? Because my daddy's a pastor, and so I'm side-eyeing them. And then I guess I really can't side-eye them because they don't know the truth. Which I tried to give to them, they didn't take. That's another story time, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. But man, so we looked into that, and then we came across the Hebrew Israelite street preachings, and in my mind, I'm just like, I can't do the whole camp thing. All of them may not be like that, but the ones I see on YouTube, that's rah barking in your face, cursing at you, we black people, we ain't gonna receive that. And you not finna yell at me and curse at me, talking to me about what I should and shouldn't be doing, or how I should and shouldn't dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna receive none you telling me. So we would look at those, and I'm like, oh, I don't like their delivery at all. Like, how do you expect for people to get this information? You giving it to them wrong. Nobody's gonna gravitate to you. That spirit that's on them, that got them sleep, is not going to want to wake up because you're not delivering it right at all. But anyway, so then we came across another video, and this is the video that did it for me. This is what turned that light bulb on in my spirit. It was a guy by the name of Brother Yerushalayim. Very, very popular video. His videos were powerful. The Most High put a spirit on that man that is unbelievable. When I tell you, this one specific video that he did broke all the chains and woke me up, and I just said, okay, I can't ignore this information anymore. He done broke it down in every way possible, pulled out scriptures, pulled out history, he done tied it all in together for me. What's the name of that video? The Conspiracy and Hidden Identity of Blacks. I think that's what it's called. I don't even know if it's still, I think it's still on YouTube. If I can find it, you guys, I will put the link in the description box. Y'all check that video out if you haven't seen it. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, when it comes to Deuteronomy 28 and about our ancestors, if you have no idea what it is that I am talking about, watch that video. He breaks it down. He explains it very thoroughly. It is an awesome video. He no longer makes videos now. I don't know what they did to him. I hope he's okay. I have seen him recently promoting something called aquaponics. I don't know what it is. Whatever that is, he's promoting now. He done wrote a book. I don't know if they cloned him, MK Ultra him, or they just put fear in him to make him stop doing the videos. To be honest, I don't even think it's him because it don't look like him. It sounds like him, but it doesn't really look like him to me. But if I can find that video, I'm going to put the link in the description box. Check that video out. and it is amazing. He posed questions in that video that I never even thought to even ask myself. My husband said he did. He always wanted those things, but you know, my husband, he's all into history and all of that, and I'm not, so I can't. I don't like history. It's boring to me. So it was fascinating to him. It drew him in through the history aspect of it. So anytime you can bring history in and break things down through history and show and prove to my husband, that's all it takes. And it backs up, you know, with scripture. Oh, he's all in, you know. So that's what did it for him. But oh, that video did. He posed questions like, you know, what was your nationality? You know, what language did you speak? What kind of food did you eat? What kind of clothes did you wear? Like, he posed questions like that. Prior to us being in slavery, what kind of things did we do? I never even wondered that. All I knew about history was we were over in Africa, and the white people came and got our ancestors and threw them on boats, brought them over here to do all their grunt work, and they beat them and raped them and dismembered them and hung them from trees and everything under the sun, you know, ripped their babies from their bellies, you know, it's everything that's despicable, disgusting. This is what they did, and that's all I knew of our history. But come to find out that this book that we call the Holy Bible, that we have tied into every religion under the sun, has nothing to do with religion. It's about a nationality of people. It's a history. That's all it is. It's a history. It's our history. And to find that out, it was just amazing that we finally have a history now that goes prior to being in slavery. So it was just amazing to me. Oh God, just to know that everybody in the world had a history but us. All we knew was our ancestors were slaves. That was pretty much it. But man, yeah, so if you don't get anything else out of this video, you guys, just please research, please study. Anytime anybody presents any information to you, look into it. It is very important. These people have a plot and an agenda. They serve Satan. That's it. They serve Satan. If we don't have the Most High in our corner, we have nothing. I don't want to die and wake up in torment. I don't. I pray for my soul every day. I pray for him to remove any and everything that is unrighteous from me. I could work harder. Yes, I could. I have a lot of, you know, things that I've been dealing with flesh-wise that I'm trying to break, like, you know, smoking cigarettes. I'm trying hard to break that. I'm sick of smoking, but I just do it because it's something happens and it triggers it. You know, it's a horrible habit. It's a nasty habit. But anyway, but I just pray for my soul. Listen, anybody that has ever broken a bone, been in a terrible car accident, you know, been stabbed or shot, listen, that pain, I'm sure it's horrible. But could you imagine something worse than that? And that something is waking up after you die in torment? We can't even imagine that type of pain. Your soul. Your soul, the core of who you are, is being tortured. I don't want to deal with it. I don't. So this is my prayer. We as a people have tried everything under the sun, everything to try and get out of this rut that we're in. As far as black civil rights leaders, as far as, you know, the Black Panthers, as far as the gangs, the Bloods, Crips, and all of that, trying to, you know, well, in the beginning, what it was meant for was to protect our people. You know, Black Wall Street, we tried it all, and nothing worked. But I tell you one thing we ain't tried. We ain't tried keeping one thing that the God of Israel that's talked about in this Bible, he asked us to do one thing. And that one thing was to keep his laws, statutes, and commands. We ain't tried that yet. Which is why we've been in slavery for so long, generation after generation. Slavery. What was it? Jeremiah 2:14. You know, he asked, is Israel a servant? Is is he just a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Yeah, why? We refuse to keep the law, statutes, and commands. Like, we refuse to do it. And he has punished us generation after generation for it. You know, it's not something that we did in particular. It's from what our ancestors did. And he put a curse on all the generations after that. So we are suffering because of what our ancestors did. But I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep the law, statutes, and commands. What are you going to do? I'm just waiting. I'm trying to get this information out there. I want people to get up and research. Stop being distracted by the stupid reality shows, and what else? Sports and all of that. Nothing. It's nothing. At the end of the day, our soul is on the line. We all gotta die someday, and I want to wake up on the right side. That's where I want to be. I don't want to be in torment. So we're just waiting for our people to wake up, because with them waking up, the more people wake up, the sooner the return of the Messiah, the Hamashiach, Yeshaya. And he's going to bust through them clouds, and he is going to avenge his people. And that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for all of this to end, because all of this is it's nothing. It's nothing. It means nothing at the end of the day. So, but yeah, that was my version on how I came into the truth. And hopefully, maybe this week, later on this week, or, beginning next week, I can get my husband in here and we can do it together, and maybe, maybe it'll make more sense. But this is just me just talking and expressing, how I felt when I went through my journey and what brought me here. And it's important to me that anybody that hears or sees this video to please research any information that is presented to you, because these people are plotting. They don't care about us. We are nobody to them. People that run the world, they don't care about us. They are hiding so much information out here, you guys. You would have no idea the type of information that me and my husband sit back and study and research. We still be like, wow, with some of the information that we come across that's been hidden in plain sight. It's crazy. So, yeah, please just research. Please get in that Bible. Start at Deuteronomy 28. That is very important, because that will reveal your ancestors to you. What happened, why it happened. Why are we cursed as a people? Deuteronomy 28 explains that. So start there and just continue to study. Study, 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 study.